Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and this is my Titanfall review, if you will. I got the Xbox One the other day with a little Titanfall condom, and it came with a digital copy of Titanfall and an extra month of Xbox Live. So I just wanted to give you my initial impressions about the game. I probably played it maybe 45 minutes total. Maybe a few matches, you know. First off, the game is online only. So even the campaign is strictly online. And when they say campaign, that term is very loose. Why I say that is because it's not like there's really much of a story. It's like there's these two teams that are against each other in a war, and the rest of it is kind of lost within the action. It's like, you know, this one team's trying to do one thing, the other team's trying to do another. You have to stop them, or vice versa. Come here, Stella. What you doing, little girl? So, it's, there's the tail. And, give me a bell. Tell everyone what you think about Titanfall. She liked the box. She was sleeping in the box for a while until I threw it out. Don't tell her. Fuck. So, you know, the story is kind of non-existent, and there's campaign mode and classic, but they're both online. I would assume campaign has these people that pop up and are like, we need to do this within 3 minutes, we need to do this, and it kind of has a little bit of story, but not really. At the beginning and end of each mission, there's little snippets of data verbally, they'll have a little scene or something, but it's not really anything great. In terms of the story. If you're playing it for a story or a single player mode, don't play this. You won't care, you won't like it, it has none of that. It really reminds me of Brink, minus a lot of the little robots and shit you had in Brink. I know in Brink there's a lot of classes and stuff, and different people did different things. There are different classes in this, though each of them I think, you know, some might be faster and slower, but they don't have different abilities from what I've gotten to so far. Most of them have the same abilities. You know, one guy might be faster, one guy might be stronger, one guy has different guns, that type of thing. It's not as in-depth in terms of the class system. You can also pick different titans, or mechs if you will, and those have different abilities. They're faster, they're slower, they have different kinds of weapons, so that's pretty cool to unlock all that kind of stuff. It makes you want to grind and play more and unlock different abilities and things for your characters and your titans. The gameplay is very different when you're in a Titan compared to when you're on foot. The on foot is much faster and kind of like a sneaky almost kind of game. You can cloak yourself initially and be invisible to Titans and you know, slightly invisible to humans, but they still see you. And you know, you have a good selection of weapons, and you can get this anti-Titan weapon and try and shoot Titans down, or you can rodeo the top of the Titan and grab it and pull its I guess the top of its helmet off, and then start shooting or throwing grenades into the top of the Titan where the brain is, and it explodes. So that's pretty cool. When you're in the Titan, it really changes the dynamic of the game. It's more action-packed. You're just kind of like Godzilla, kind of barreling over everything, shooting everything. You can kill people really easily. You can walk over people. Then there's those Titan versus Titan moments where you're both kind of trying to dodge and shoot each other and throw missiles, and it's very intense. But it's a lot of fun. It's definitely bite-sized chunks. It's not like a long match usually by any means. And even if you lose the match, they give you the option to get to the chopper. You get to the end of the level, you get in the chopper, and you make it, and you get more points for exiting without dying. What else here? I wrote a couple notes down. It's online only, I said that. You can also choose to have your mech come down. You don't have to have your Titan come down, but if you do, you can push down on the D-pad, and since your Titan is down already, it doesn't call the Titan, obviously. What it does this time when he's already there is it either makes him follow you or guard you. And so it's kind of like an active mode, or more of a defensive mode. And he'll go around and he'll shoot shit in the vicinity. So that's pretty cool too. The graphics are beautiful. I think the graphics are really nice, even for, is it 720 or 900p? I don't remember. Keep in mind, I know people are making a big deal out of the PS4 having more 1080 games, while the Xbox One has more 720 or 900. From where people sit now in conjunction to their TVs, I don't know how much you're really going to notice that. I have a 55-inch TV. I'm a good 6 to 10 feet away from it. I don't know if I notice much of a difference between 720 and 1080 compared to, my 10 feet away. I do notice the difference between 480 and 720 or 480 and 1080. But between 720 and 1080, plus it's upscaled, I don't know if I'll really notice it so much. But it's definitely nice looking. The interface is great. It's very fluid. If you play on foot and then jump into a mech, it's not like you're like, what the fuck, and it's jarring. The interface is very nice, very easy and simple enough, and the transition is perfect from on foot to Titan. The transition is great. My final thing I would say is I hope they add more levels, more options, and definitely more options for matchmaking, whether it be maybe like, I haven't tried all the modes out, but I'm hoping, I don't know if they have any kind of like capture the flag or anything like that, but I'm hoping they add more stuff like that and more options for matchmaking with friends and parties and stuff. That would be cool. Since it's an online game, you'd think they would add more shit in the future. There is an update I hear coming out for it, and that's going to be free, which is cool. And so far I'm really enjoying it. Titanfall's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to get some more co-op games in the future, but for now Titanfall's just great online. And that's it. I give it, I don't know, an 8, 8.5. I think it's great, but it's online only. It reminds me of Shadowrun, it reminds me of Brink in terms of the online core gameplay. I'm kind of glad they didn't do a single player mode, because I feel like with certain games, and I can't think of any off the top of my head, okay, Brink for instance. Brink single player sucks. It's bots with horrible story. It just seems tacked on and stupid. The multiplayer is really where it's at in Brink. Same with this. The multiplayer is where it's at. If they did single player, I feel like it would have taken away, because they may not have focused on as much on multiplayer. And maybe they would have spent more time doing single player, and multiplayer wouldn't have been as good. So that doesn't bother me. Hopefully it doesn't bother you. If you have an Xbox One, check out Titanfall. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.